Live, what's up everybody? So we are going to cover like this insane situation where Tokyo was set on fire. And I hope I'm trolling because there was like this person that really wanted to change Japan, and then he wanted to change Japan, but he decided to set Tokyo on fire and he reported himself. Or he turned himself in the situation. And it is true insanity. In what world people would actually set their own country on fire just because this person really hates foreigners, right? But this story is really wacky too, and like I have to... So I actually did some like research about this whole story, and now I know what happened. We are not gonna just like watch a video and react to it or anything. I'm going to actually talk about what really happened. So long story short, there's like this city called Shibuya. Do you guys know what Shibuya is, by the way? Shibuya? Do you guys know what Shibuya is? I want to make sure if you guys know what Shibuya is. Do you guys know what Shibuya is? Yep. Okay, so if you know what Shibuya is, that's fire. Shibuya is like one of the most famous places in Japan where like there are so many people. And then what if I told you this guy decided to set Shibuya on fire, but he was kind of like a noob, so it was like this tiny fire, but then he was on TV. Every person in Tokyo talked about him. He was able to get the attention he wanted to get, and he got arrested. And he reported himself. Yes, it's wild. And then, so what happened was this. There's this guy that set Shibuya on fire, right? First of all, this guy is 50 years old. Yeah. Wild, isn't it? When you think about people doing whatever things, you typically think of like the people that are around like in their 30s or something. No. This guy was 50 something years old, right? And then this is like what he was thinking. He was thinking Japan is getting invaded. Japan's getting invaded, everybody. Fuck. He thought Japan's getting invaded, so that he set Japan on fire. This is like the same thing as like my favorite VTuber Pekora-chan got a boyfriend, so I'm going to set my house on fire. It's that mentality. He's not wrong. As to that, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything because like that part is politics, right? So that part, politics, yeah, some people actually do think Japan's getting invaded, the whole like immigrants whatever situation. I'm not gonna talk about that part, but either way, Japan's getting invaded, so I decided to set Japan on fire. That's, again, some next level logic here. I don't really think any people can come down to that amazing thinking process ever. That's really unique. And then, so he was saying Japan was getting invaded by a specific country. And this part is where it gets awkward. So, he kind of got doxxed, and it turns out that he really hates this country, and it's kind of like what's happening between Japan and that country. I'm not gonna say whatever because, like, if I say a word, then I'm gonna be cancelled for stating a country, so I'm not gonna say anything. Starts with, I'm not gonna say anything. I didn't say anything. You guys are guessing. You guys are guessing it. I'm not saying anything. But this person apparently really hates this country, right? And then he set Japan on fire. But then here, this guy also wanted to expose all the shady things about Japan along with it. So there's like something that's really weird about this. He wanted everybody to know that Japan's getting invaded by a specific country, but he wanted to expose Japan. So it's like that situation where you want to win in League of Legends, but then you troll so hard and you even make your teammates tilt and you intentionally lose the game. So I was like, that's really weird. And then here's the thing. So Anyways, he wanted everybody to know that Japan's getting invaded, and then he wanted everybody to know that Japan's got shady things, and then he wanted to get attention, right? So he wanted to get attention. But how? How, right? How? Here's a question, everybody. If you ever want to get attention, what would you do? This is the question time. What would you do to get people's attention? Tell me. What would you do? かまってちゃんか。まとめるとかまってちゃんっていう話で、ツイッターはなってるよね。Show pee-pee? You're right. I'm gay. Show ass. True. I would pull down my pants in Shibuya crossing. I don't know, screaming. Being cringy. Spam my idol's DMs. You're not really trying to get attention, but you're trying to get noticed by your favorite idol. It's the same, it's the mentality of like, notice me senpai, but sure. I will scream wrestling. Okay, so sure. So in this case, he wanted to get a lot of attention. You know what he did? He's actually smart when it comes down to this. He actually first did this. Whine on Twitter. So that's some like a fire strategy, right? So like he went through the same route as like 98% of like the people out there do. He decided to use Twitter, and he became a person that whines on Twitter, and he was whining on Twitter for a while. He even made a website named like stopinvasion.com, right? And then nobody cared, because he was just whining on Twitter. Like, nobody's gonna listen to him if he's just whining, right? And then he was like, fuck, nobody listens to me. Now what do I do? Oh, what if I just set Tokyo on fire? I can just put gasoline everywhere, and if I light it up, I can get attention. That's his strategy. And then this is really interesting too. So so he used Twitter, right? And then I actually got the real picture here of the guy posting. This is his post. And this is actually some actual insanity. So if you are not ready for insanity, you don't have to watch this stream, because it's gonna shock a lot of people. This is what he said, okay? This is his account. It's freaking getting shared everywhere. Couldn't rent a car, so I changed it to a cardboard. What it means is here, he wanted to rent a car so that he can advertise or promote his website, which is Nottorisoshi, which means stop invasion. And then he says 日本はほぼ乗っ取られてます, which means Japan, most of Japan's invaded already, right? So he really wanted everybody to know, and he wanted to do it, but then he couldn't do it. So what he did instead was he got some cardboards, and then he put like those things, and he left it in Tokyo. But then again, he couldn't still get the attention he wanted. So then, you know what he did? This is like the best part about this. So people can have opinions, right? Like whether Japan's invaded or not, but we are not gonna talk about that here, because like that part is like politics, and like there's so many different things about it, right? So then this account is there. That's him who set Tokyo on fire. Let's see what his profile is like, right? Oh, everybody, no, hold on. Let's just play a game here. Do you think this Twitter account is going to be some like actual shithole with like some actual funny pieces of information? Or do you think this account is just like a, this account just has a lot of tweets with just nothingness? I want you to guess. What do you think? Can you guess? Guess, everybody. Do you think there's like actual any valid information, or do you think it's like just actual nothingness? Twitter is now X, yeah. People in Japan call it X, yes. Angry tweets, conspiracy theories. No, hold on. No. Angry tweets, you think? Angry tweets and conspiracy theories? No, he was way above, like, our level. He even came out, he was able to come up with, like, some amazing theories himself. And that shocked Japan. Everybody saw that profile and everybody got shocked. And this is the English translated version. Like it was in Japanese. He says, Hangure Doraken is engaging in organized stalking. The Japan Expressway Holding and debt repayment agencies also engaging in organized stalking. Special accounts too. YouTube and Japan's X are completely the enemy. Censorship and suppression of speech are too severe. And he has a lot of followers. He has a lot of followers. For a person who wanted to get attention, he has like a lot of followers. Let me explain what this means, because like I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people out there who are not sure what he means here, right? But so I was actually checking this account yesterday and I thought it was really interesting. So Hangure Doraken is engaging in organized stalking. Basically, he thinks he was getting stalked by Yakuzas. Let's just put it that way. They are not Yakuzas, but you guys are familiar with the term Yakuzas, right? No, let me put it this way. He was so sure that he was being stalked by gangs. Japanese gangs. And then Japan Expressway Holding and debt repayment agencies also engaging in organized stalking. He was like 100% sure some companies were out there trying to stalk him. Like as a group, right? There were just like groups of people that were legit behind his ass, and then he thought he was getting stalked by those companies. And special accounts too, right? That means I guess like he means like some accounts on Twitter, like some Twitter people who are stalking him. In our world, we call it following an account. We don't really call it stalking, but he thought he was getting stalked. And YouTube and Japan's X are completely the enemy, right? What this means is whatever he says, he gets shadow banned so that nobody sees his tweet. But that's what he believed. Whatever he says on YouTube, nobody watches his videos, so then he thought Japan just decided to completely suppress him because Japan doesn't like what he says. But in reality, nobody was paying attention to him. Like that's really like what the story is, right? And then here, so he also pinned a tweet on his Twitter account, which was this: I can't do X anymore. Probably IP restriction. I'm completely being watched. One post and already shadow banned. This post right now is the second one. So, I don't know what this means, but I feel like he didn't get the attention he wanted. Kind of like, again, Fortnite players who just turn on their mics and scream, but like they get muted, so like he gets mad about it. Or like, you know, those people who freaking send DMs to like their favorite idols, but he couldn't get like any attention and he's mad. It's that situation. That's kind of like how I'm seeing it here. So he thinks he got shadow banned. Maybe he really got shadow banned, but in reality, I still think people were not really giving him the attention he wanted because he wanted everybody to know that Japan was getting invaded. That part, I'm not gonna say if it's true or not, because that part is just like simply politics, right? And then here, I'm going to show you guys like this one picture that he posted, right? This is like something he posted randomly, which is this. A new one's done. I should have turned the paper sideways. Sideways. If you're familiar with the whole like internet thing, if you hear the word sideways, then you might be thinking about sideways whatever, but that's not the case here. So he really wanted to promote this website, which is him just saying like Japan's getting invaded. And then he uploaded this picture on April 3rd at 2:19 p.m. Do you guys know where this is? Do you guys know where this is? Guess everybody. Where is this? Any pics of him? Yeah, because he was on TV. Yes, he was on TV. Shibuya? Your house? Is it Shibuya? Tokyo? Ichihara? No. This is Shibuya. This is Shibuya. Shibuya is the place where, you know, young people show up and all the tourists like take pictures of like themselves walking. And sometimes there are some people like who randomly like put their fingers in their asses like this and they walk. I think it's like their asses are scratched, itchy or something, but they do it there. So that's Shibuya, yes. What you're witnessing here, that's Shibuya. And then, here. So something happened at 9 p.m., right? So this was posted at 2:19 p.m. and something happened at 9 p.m. So it took 7 hours for him to do something. And we can watch this nice footage here, right? And I still don't know what he really did, right? But let's see what he really did. And this caused public chaos in Japan. Everybody was talking about this. It was insane. Now you guys are thinking of like some insane fire that basically was burning everything down in Tokyo, right? No, it was this. It was this level. So this guy wanted to get attention as much as possible, and then he set Tokyo on fire. But
this video shows flames burning red at the center of Shibuya crossing in Shibuya.
And that's it. That is it. So what the hell is happening? It's not even like this guy like actually set Tokyo on fire, but it was this, right? And what's really unfortunate about this is like that's gasoline. That's gasoline. There's a police officer who showed up here with water. So then it gets worse from here.
Tokyo.
Yeah. So basically now you can see the culprit, the guy who actually set Shibuya on fire. His fire was so tiny that nobody cared. Like nobody literally cared, right? And then police officers showed up with water when gasoline's there. And then it got worse. And then everybody's like, what the fuck? And then Shibuya Crossing was actually freaking, like, it got closed down for like, I heard like 1 hour or something because of this. So yes, this shows something about like how interesting Japan is, right? So then it got worse because gasoline got spread, fire got worse, and then
police officers repeatedly threw water over the flames in an effort to extinguish them. Footage.
Yeah, again, this is like a Shibuya Crossing. It's in center. It's like literally in the middle of Shibuya Crossing. And people were just like staring at it. Like people were like, "Oh, that's nice fire."
From another angle shows
right.
Police officers encircling the fire on the roadway.
Yeah. Like that's so bizarre. That's so bizarre. But this news was everywhere in Japan. All the YouTubers are currently talking about this and saying like, "Oh, this cannot be like forgiven," which makes sense too because like, you know, maybe some people can actually get hurt by this too, but
section had
and then this is like what people are saying, right?
巻かれてて、そこからなんか火がブワーってですね、結構立ち上がってましたね。匂いとかってありました？なんか臭かったです。燃えてる匂い。
And then so like, you know how this is like so interesting? Japanese people don't have like the sense of danger. Japanese people cannot really feel like when they are witnessing something dangerous. Like if you see fire like that, like let's say in the States, you might just assume like there's like somebody doing something insane around you, right? That's the most normal like way of seeing things in the States. In Japan, it's like, oh yeah, it smelled strange, like burning, and it was crazy. Like it was weird. 平和ボケ、もう平和ボケだと思う本当に。So that's really what Japanese people were thinking. Like Japanese people were like, oh, that was kind of, you know, crazy. And then let's get back to the whole thing that I wanted to talk about. And then the guy basically reported himself, right? The guy reported himself. This guy that set Shibuya on fire turned himself in, like legit right after that. He was like, I did that. And everybody got shocked. Everybody was like, wait, why? So here's the thing. So just because he did that, why did he do it? Because he wanted to get attention. And then he got doxxed real hard on Twitter. So this is the information. I decided to blur out some things because I didn't want to be that person who doxes people. But here, Shibuya arson. Identity of man in his 50s arrested revealed. Real name is whatever. That part, it's on TV, it's on news. Like you can just kind of like find it too. But I don't want to be that one person who just reveals like something personal information. Resident of whatever. That part again, yeah. Served as backup dancer for artists like Namie Amuro. Do you guys know who Namuro Amie is? Amuro Namie is. Do you guys know who that is? Amuro Namie. This dude's a backup dancer. He was before. So like Amuro Namie is basically Japanese Britney Spears. Like Amuro Namie is like so famous. Any Japanese people know who that is. So this guy was semi-successful as a dancer, right? Like he was basically a backup dancer for like Britney Spears or like even Justin Bieber, whatever. Like he was doing good. And then he taught hip hop classes. I want you guys to see like this one line. I want you guys to read this one line. He taught hip hop classes at Toyo Announce Gakuin, like Toyo Announce School. He taught hip hop. You can teach hip hop at school? I legit didn't know about this. I was like, you can teach hip hop? You can what? So this guy was a teacher. He taught hip hop. He works in host bar. No. He was just a guy who just wanted to get attention. And then also worked in real estate sales and other jobs, which means he was like a really, really decent person. He had a normal job. He taught hip hop and then he, did things with like famous people. And then this is the most interesting part. I want you guys to pay attention to me now. Publicly claims to have a sense of crisis about Japan takeover. As to that part, again, Japan's invaded, but as to that, it's politics. I'm not gonna talk about anything. And that he himself is subjected to organized harassment, group stalking. Yes, this person legitimately thought people were stalking him, even though he wanted to get attention. So like something doesn't line up here. He wanted to get attention, so he set Tokyo on fire to get attention, but then he thinks he's getting stalked. So everybody just went like, what? Did he live alone? I'm not sure about that. And then supporter of Sanseito Party, that part, politics, I'm not gonna really touch that. At the scene, held up a cardboard sign reading, Japan's almost completely taken over. Again, that's politics. Motive for the crime, to appeal his claims. Yeah, Japan's getting invaded, so let's just set Japan on fire. That logic is really interesting. And then, so this is basically, what was on TV, right? So that's him. And yeah, he's from Nagoya, right? But he came all the way to Tokyo and he did this, which I think is quite interesting too, right? And then, do you guys want to know what Japanese people think about this? Because like, I wanted to know what Japanese people were saying too. So I decided to do some like a research about this. And then I found out what Japanese people were saying, which is this. In English, right? What's interesting is that the police were actually spraying water on the burning gasoline. It seems that the Japanese police needs to receive more training on proper firefighting techniques. Yeah, like even though the police officers were supposed to basically, remove the fire, but they made it worse. And Shibuya crossing got freaking closed. As to that, I thought it was kind of funny. I was like, okay. And then, here, Amuro-chan must be the one. I feel the sorriest fault, right? Basically, what this guy's talking about is here. So this guy got exposed, and this guy's information's everywhere. And Amuro Namie, like Japanese Britney Spears, she didn't do anything wrong, but her name is getting mentioned there, and apparently she's getting some hate as well right now. And I'm like, dude, if that's how it works, you can just do anything on the internet. You can do anything. You can just get some like whatever hate. I was like, that's fire. I was like, sure. And then here, Japanese setting fire just to push your down agenda is so extreme. It's downright scary. Is this what happens when you get totally sucked into conspiracy theories? So like that's some Japanese people are saying too. Other than that, everybody is talking about politics on Twitter. Like everybody's like saying like, oh, this party sucks, that party sucks, and this nationality sucks. Fuck this guy. It was all politics. So like I decided to actually not include them. But yes, Japanese Twitter right now is like full of politics right now, and they're just actually going really, really wild. It's really insane. Because of the people are just going really interesting. And then, so let's see what his Twitter is all about here, right? Because you guys are curious what he says. So, he's talking about, again, some certain countries and like immigrants and fuck this, fuck that, and foreigners this, NHK this, and some certain country this, some certain religion this, and some this, and it's really awkward, so I'm gonna close it here because like some people might get shocked and some people might actually die seeing that. But yeah, so that's really it for the thing I wanted to talk about. And then, you know what, I know this stream is short, but I'm gonna end the stream here because I wanted to talk about that and I just finished everything I wanted to talk about. So I'm gonna read comments for 3 minutes. I'm gonna end the stream. And this thing was, I was told to talk about this on stream yesterday, so I kind of decided to talk about it. But yeah, I know this stream is short, but I got life too. I got a life too. I have to do things. Twitter is it's really interesting. It is really interesting. Like Twitter is like really interesting. I might do like a membership stream actually for a little bit, and just talk to my viewers. Go study driving now. My entrance ceremony is like next week. I applied for it, yes. Driving school. I haven't been there yet. Getting your license back going. I have to actually like be a student next week. Then, yeah. This guy appears to have mental disorders. A lot of people are saying like he might be schizophrenic, but nobody really knows. Uniform. We don't really have like a uniform for the school. His life is actually bureau. Yeah, like I really think his life is all about. I don't really know actually. I shouldn't say nothing. $2,000 driving school with entrance ceremony. Yeah, insane. It's insane. It is insane. 追跡妄想。被害妄想じゃないかな。Membership stream. I'm not gonna do it for another 8 hours. No, I really have to do things. Like I have to get my work done too. I want to eat lunch. Schizophrenics are dangerous. I don't really just want to say they are dangerous or anything, because like it's a mental illness, right? So I do kind of feel bad for them too, but when they do something insane like that, I have to meme about them because I feel like it's my job to just meme about them, and I feel like it's justified too. When next in real life? I don't know, when I get my license back, I guess. I mean, I can still like take trains and stuff, but 被害妄想? Talk about India now. Sure. Have you met any schizophrenics? There's like this one fan on my channel who sends me like emails like once every like 3 weeks, and he sends me emails about how Koreans and Chinese people are killing Japanese people in Japan now. And what else? Like this person, like I really think it's interesting. This guy has been like sending me emails like once every 3 weeks, and like yeah, Japan's it's all in Japanese too, and he keeps saying like Koreans and Chinese people are killing Japanese people. Why don't you talk about this? Why are you hiding it? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why am I hiding it? Does this person actually think like I have to talk about something on my channel when I usually talk about pee pee poo poo about Americans? I was like, that is something. That is next level. But yeah, so that's really a thing. Why are you hiding it though? I don't know, man. I mean, I want to talk about my ass and my ass hair more than anything. But yeah, so that's it for today. I'm going to get my stuff done. I might just like do a membership stream like for a little bit, just in case, because I feel like I have to now. And then I gotta get food and do other things. I might do like some stuff later. 22時に寝る生活。いや、ちゃんと寝てる。いや、寝てねえわ。やべえ、最近2時寝てるわ。やべえ、終わった。But anyways, bye bye everybody. I will see you guys next week, and I'll do something too. I'm gonna upload a video too, which is about how American tourists are treated in Japan now because of bad content creators now. You know how bad content creators are in Japan now? They cause problems for views, and how Japanese people see Americans now because of like those people. Logan Paul, Johnny Somali, it's because of like those people.